Hello everyone. This is sort of a awkward first date get to know the artist video. Right now I only have one video up on my channel, and that's just a testing animation I did for class. Really want to go farther with that, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Kind of, not really. I'm very new to the whole introducing myself through video and talking to a screen. My phone screen, really. Just using my phone to record this because I have no money. Sorry if it sounds like when I laugh, I'm dying inside. I'm just getting over pneumonia, which was a fun 5 days spent in bed, let me tell you. Well, I mean, I didn't have to go to class, so kind of nice, but kind of not nice, because now I'm very behind. But anyways, so if my voice seems croaky or anything like that, I apologize. But I finally have a spare moment, so I've been wanting to do this sort of introductory video. I am Max. My first name is Murdoch, and yes, it is my first name. My dad gave it to me, although that's after I came out as being trans. So we still, in my family, say it's my first name, even if it's not legally yet, because that takes court and money, which I also do not have. I'm 21 years old. Like I said, I'm trans. I use he, him pronouns. They, them is fine as well, but yeah, I'm not a chick. No. I'm a painting major at Cleveland Institute of Art. I just got into the major. I'm finishing up with foundation year. Sorry to give you a quick overview of how it works at CIA is, they kind of want us all to have a similar foundation, hence the name. And so what they do is we all take the same classes. Like, there's like one like half semester elective that you, well, it's weird how the one elective is done, but it's second semester. And yeah, that's the only elective you have. We all take the same classes, and they just sort of build up your artistic ability and knowledge to give you that sort of like basis for going in with the rest of your major. And then near the end, we have basically what is hell incarnate, which is major applications. You're allowed to apply up to 3 majors, and you basically find out if you're in or not. But like at the end of the year, I found out around the 10th of April, I think, that I got into painting. Didn't get into my other 2 choices, but that's fine. I realized through the process I wanted painting the most. It was originally my second choice, but then I realized this is what I've been wanting to do ever since I was a little kid, is paint. So yeah, I'm happy I got in. People ask me, Max, what if you don't get into a major? And I'm just like, well, you're fucked. In the sense that you don't go on to the next 3 years at CIA. You have to either transfer into another school or give up on art as a school and try, if you want to still go to professional, do it on your own, which is harsh. I do not like it. But I mean, it's kind of how the world works. I can have so many conversations to you why the CIA, Cleveland Institute of Art system, anytime I say CIA, I'm usually referring to Cleveland Institute of Art. I confuse so many people, and I was confused at first too, but that's just how it goes. But I could have many conversations with why their system is kind of fucked. It's a great school. I've learned so much like valuable lessons in art and in life. But yeah. But like I said, I'm 21 and I'm going through foundation year. I took time after high school to sort of figure out who I am. Mental health was not my strong suit, and I needed time to figure out who I am, what I wanted to do, and take care of myself, which I think needs to be more seen as an option by just school systems in general, like taking a break before college, because if I went to college right after high school, I would have failed utterly and horribly. But taking that time, and then I went to community college for a little bit, trying to figure out more of what I wanted to do, and realized I wanted to go into art. Applied to a couple of places. CIA on a whim. I didn't think I was ever going to get into CIA. They email me back first and just like, hey, you're in. And I'm like, fuck everywhere else. I'm coming here. Yeah, I should probably have said at the beginning, my language is a bit colorful. And I'm not going to change my language because I want to be my authentic self. So, but, yeah, a lot of people ask me, like, oh, painting major, what do you want to do with that? Well, I want to be sort of the more illustrative side of painting. If I had to give you a dream job, it would be working at, like, for Wizards of the Coast, people behind, like, Dungeons and Dragons, and, like, specifically, I'd love to be a Magic the Gathering card illustrator. My dad has been playing since the beginning, and I remember growing up and being very young and looking through his cards and being enamored by the art. And I realized, shit, that's what I want to do. Like, concept art type stuff is, like, something I'm very interested in. Yeah, that's sort of giving you a general overview of what I kind of want to do in life. I kind of want to talk about, like, hobbies and interests that could come out with this channel, because I'm not going to use this channel for one thing. I have several ideas for this channel. Obviously, painting. I love painting. I'm not the best, because I've been mostly focusing on honing in my drawing abilities. I've been trying out so many painting mediums. I love watercolor. Not the best at it, but I love using it. Gouache? That is my shit. I really want to experiment with oils. That is one of my goals over the summer, is to experiment with oils. Acrylics. I honestly don't really like working with acrylics. Not to say that I don't like work done in acrylics. Some work in acrylics, it's absolutely phenomenal. I just don't like how fast it dries. Even when you use like a loaded matte medium or like anything to slow down the process of drying. No, it goes too fast for me. I got my little sprayer bottle and I'm misting everything. Not my thing. But I'm also interested in digital media. Actually, the most of what I do that I would put in my portfolio is digital media. By the way, none of back here is my work. This is all work from artists that I love. And I will be doing a video. I want to do a video about artists that I admire and artists that I love, and would like to share with people, even though, obviously, new channel, I got no one to share with it now, but I want to give those artists a shout out because a lot of them have inspired me to do what I want to do. Like with my art, I'm very much illustrative. Illustration is kind of, I was originally thinking that major, but then I realized, well, I want to be a painting, like an illustrative painter. And I felt mastering the medium I want to work in is better than more of the concept, which I can kind of learn on my own or take electives in that major. A big thing I'm into is knitting and crochet. I love working with yarn. The fiber arts, love it. I love dyeing. I've recently gotten into that. And I have so many people who have gotten me into that like I can accredit to getting me into this. I definitely will be doing videos specifically on dyeing and yarn in general. As lame as it sounds, I want to make a knitting podcast, but again, if you're here for the art, you don't have to pay attention to that. I also do a lot of woodworking. Not as much woodworking as I would like, but I love woodworking. I will definitely be sharing some of the projects I work on. Sculpting in general, I like. I really like sculpture. I really like working with 3D art. I'm one of those people that art-wise, I like to do a bit of everything, which made it really hard to choose majors. Very, very hard, which I was going to apply to. And, but again, I am so thankful I'm in painting. I'm so thankful. Sneeze is coming up. Nope, gone. Don't you hate that? It's just like, if I'm gonna pause because I think you're coming, you better come so I'm not just making a weird face looking like an idiot. Just, yes. What I plan on doing with this channel is, it's sort of mostly to record my artistic journey, and it's honestly gonna be sort of like, not necessarily a diary, but in a way, I want to record my thoughts. It's almost like shouting out into the void of the internet. Like, how there's like places like Vent where you can just anonymously like say whatever you're thinking or feeling out and nobody knows it's you, and except hackers. But just being able to get it out there and not really care how people interact with it or if they interact, and just getting off your chest and like putting it somewhere. Like, again, sort of the idea of I'm just shouting into the void, but it's sort of gonna be like that. I want to probably post, like, when coming to my art, time lapses. I really want to do time lapses of just painting processes, whether it's physical or digital. I want to, in a way, use this to meet other artists who are into the sort of mediums or techniques, or even new techniques and mediums. I love learning new stuff about art, but also like subject matter that like we have in common. I really like surreal stuff. I really like macabre? I always mess up that word. Macabre stuff. It's just a lot of dark stuff. I love fantasy, obviously. You can kind of look back there, very sort of fantasy stuff. But it's just, I love so much, and that makes it really hard. I need to follow more artists because I'll like go through everyone's shit and be like, I need more. I need more to look at. I need more to mentally consume. But I kind of want to do videos of me and my adventures in creating art and learning things. Maybe even eventually doing tutorials on like cool like techniques and things that I have found. That like I want to share with other people and want other people to try. I actually have 2 podcasts I kind of want to do, like a bi-weekly knitting podcast, which anybody who isn't into that, feel free to ignore. It's just a very big passion of mine, and it's one of my art forms, so some of it you might want to look at. It won't be necessarily talking about patterns and yarns and stuff like that, but more the actual like usage of it to create either art and other structural pieces like that. The other podcast I'm thinking of is more of a spirituality podcast where I sort of talk about, I research a lot when it comes to spirituality. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing in the universe. And I have a good general idea, but it's sort of a way where I can open dialogue with other people and start a dialogue with like-minded people who are also searching, or people who have ideas that want to share. That would be a monthly podcast and stuff like that. Again, this all depends on whether I have time to do shit, but it's like, you know, like best case scenario, the ideal. I definitely want to talk about queer issues, especially from the trans perspective. There's a lot to be said that's not said about trans issues that I want to address. Just simply because it's not that it's new. Being trans is not new. It's just, it's becoming safer, and we're being allowed to talk more openly about what goes on. And each situation is so different. Each person's transition, it's just, gender is a very funny thing. It's a very funny and fickle thing. Sometimes it's very hard and defined, like, this is it. Sometimes it's more fluid. It's a whole spectrum. And I kind of want to, in a way, educate people, at least from my perspective and my, like, journey. I've been out since I was 14. I've been on T for 4 years. I've had top surgery. We're not talking about anything below the belt. I'm very open. I'm a very open person. And if you're trans and want to talk to me about resources, I will be your, like, trans big brother. I'm here for you. But people who kind of want to poke at me like I'm a science experiment, just a heads up. I also just want to talk about, also from my perspective, mental illness. Kind of just to dump my laundry list on you guys, but I've been dealing with mental illness all my life. I've been diagnosed as bipolar. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. Very anxious person. Very anxious person. I might seem very calm and collective. Part of that is medication, because if you find the right medication for you, it does wonders. But it's taken me a long time to sort of put on this cool, like, non-anxious facade. And then, I mean, I'm a horrible insomniac, but that's one thing where a lot of times you need medication. Like, meditating before bed when you're a serious insomniac since the age of 9, let me tell you, doesn't work. I've tried about everything in the book, and, you know, I'm pretty open. I'm on a good deal of medication, but it works for me, and it took a long time to get there. It took a long time of trying, and again, like I said, I want to open up these dialogues, so I will have videos to open specific dialogues or generalized dialogues and stuff like that. Again, part of what I want to do with this channel. Some vlogging, you know? It'd be kind of cool if, like, I ever have children, which I thought I'd never want children, but now all my cousins are having kids and I'm going baby crazy. That doesn't happen with everybody. There are people who are just at an early age, I don't want kids, and guess what? They never have kids. That happens. Nothing wrong with that. I thought I was one of those people. Turns out I'm not, and that's okay too. But it's one of those, like, hey, that'd be cool to show my kids or grandkids or my nieces and nephews. Like, hey, here's me when I was, like, young and hip. And wait, I'm not very hip, but you get the idea. It's just, we're part of a cool age where it's kind of scary, but everything we do is pretty much documented. And I think that is so cool because you're going to be able to, like, I come from a family where ancestry is pretty important. Obviously, like, not everyone's like that. In some people's ancestry, no. But that doesn't make up who they are. At least it shouldn't. We follow a lot of traditions in my family that are, like, cultural. But, you know, where was I going with this? Yeah, basically I just want to show my kids how I was when I was younger, and the idea that being able to look past and, like, you know, I could have great grandchildren and they could just, you know, look and be like, oh, cool. Like, there's, you know, great grandpa, and, you know, look how fucking awkward he is. It's okay for me to be awkward too. And so, I mean, that idea just fascinates me, and I could talk a whole lot longer about that kind of thing. But, yeah, this is sort of just, oh god, my hair's a mess. Sorry, I get sidetracked very easily. Especially mentally. I'll go on a tangent and then not remember what caused that tangent and how to circle back. But, yeah, this is sort of my awkward first date video with y'all, introducing myself and sort of giving you an idea of what this channel is going to be about. If you've made it through this far, congratulations. You blew past my expectations. But, like, I would love if you, like, watch this video and you're interested on joining me with this artistic journey of mine. Introduce yourself in the comments. Like, tell me a bit about yourself. Obviously, you don't have to be as opened up as I just been. But, you know, I'd like to chat, get to know people, and learn not to stare off camera, because I keep looking at the phone screen and not looking at the camera. So it's like I'm not making eye contact. That's going to be a learned skill, my friends. But, yeah, it's great to meet y'all. Hopefully I'll be around soon, but I am going to be moving house soon, so we'll see how that goes. Definitely going to see more of me this summer. Anyways, bye, and it's nice to meet you.